Are you tired of working hard and earning little? Ever wondered why some people live comfortably earning six-figure salaries while you struggle to pay the bills at the end of the month? The truth no one wants you to know is this. There are jobs here in the United States paying over $250,000 a year that virtually no one knows about. As millions of Americans follow the same beaten path as ever doctor, lawyer, accountant, there is a secret world of extraordinary opportunity hidden right under their eyes. These are not empty promises or get-rich-quick schemes. These are real careers with growing demand, paying fortunes to people who know where to look. The system doesn't want you to discover these opportunities. Why? Because the more people know, the more competition there will be. Companies hiring for these positions prefer to keep a small pool of candidates. This keeps costs under control for them. But today you'll discover 5 of these secret careers that can completely transform your financial situation. Imagine waking up every day without that anxiety about money, without worrying about whether you'll be able to afford the mortgage your kids, college, or that vacation your family deserves. These careers aren't just about money. They're about freedom, security, and the possibility of finally living the life you've always dreamed of. Before we go any further, do one thing for me. If you're really interested in transforming your career and financial life, subscribe to the Salary Uncovered channel right now. Click that red button under this video, and you know what else. Share this video with someone you really care about, someone who also deserves to know about these opportunities. It could be your brother, your best friend, your cousin. Valuable information needs to be shared. Now we will reveal the first career. Career number 1, Oil Well Optimizing Specialist. The first opportunity that will completely surprise you is that of Oil Well Optimizing Specialist. These professionals earn between $250,000 and $400,000 a year. Let it soak in for a moment. $400,000 annually. But what exactly do these specialists do? They use advanced technology, data analysis, and geological knowledge to maximize oil and gas production from wells that already exist. We are not talking about drilling new wells, but about squeezing every possible drop out of current wells. Why does it pay so incredibly well? The answer is simple mathematics. A single oil well can produce millions of barrels during its lifetime. If a specialist manages to increase the efficiency of such a well by only 3 or 5%, then we are talking about additional millions of dollars in revenue for the company. Therefore, oil and gas companies are willing to pay fortunes to these professionals. And here's the secret that companies don't want you to know. You don't need a PhD in petroleum engineering to get into this field. Many successful specialists started out as field technicians. They learned the basics of operating equipment, then acquired specific certifications along the way. With the fracking boom in recent years and deepwater exploration expanding, the demand for these professionals has exploded. Companies in Texas, Louisiana, North Dakota, and even offshore are desperate for people with these skills. The most fascinating part is that many of these professionals work on a rotational basis, 2 weeks in the field, 2 weeks at home, which means extensive periods of time off the typical path. Begins with technical training in related fields, mechanical engineering, geology, or even data science. Then you look for entry-level positions in oil service companies. Once inside, you specialize through in-house trainings and industry certifications. In 5 to 7 years, with dedication and consistent performance, you could be earning those six-figure salaries. The energy industry isn't going away anytime soon. Even with the transition to refuse, oil and gas will remain crucial for decades to come, and as long as there are wells operating, there will be a need for specialists to optimize them. This is a career with longevity and real financial security. Career number 2, Data Center Operations Manager. The second amazing opportunity is Data Center Operations Manager. These professionals earn between $280,000 to $500,000 annually, depending on the size and strategic importance of the facility they manage. We live in the digital age. Everything you do online, watch Netflix, shop on Amazon, post on social media, make video calls, depends on data centers running smoothly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. These are gigantic buildings filled with servers that store and process unimaginable amounts of data. Data center operations managers are the people who ensure that this critical infrastructure never fails. And when we say never, We mean never a single minute of downtime in a major data center can cost companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, or Facebook millions of dollars. Financial transactions stop. Sales are lost. Critical data becomes inaccessible because of this. Professionals who can manage these complex facilities are treated like pure gold. They need to understand electrical systems, refrigeration, physical and digital security, data networks, and even coordinate teams of tens or hundreds of technicians. It's a huge responsibility, and the compensation reflects that. The path to this career often starts in it. Or network engineering. You can start as a data center technician, systems administrator, or network engineer. What differentiates those who rise to management is to demonstrate the ability to manage not only technology, but people. Budgets and crisis certifications are important in this industry. Credentials such as CDCP, Certified Data Center Professional, or CDCS, Certified Data Center Specialist, open doors, but practical experience is even more valuable. Showing that you can keep critical systems running under pressure is what really matters. The demand for data centers is exploding. Artificial intelligence, cloud computing, Internet of Things. All this requires more data processing and storage capacity. New facilities are constantly being built throughout the country, and each needs qualified professionals to operate them. Now, tell me in the comments, have you heard of any of these careers? Which one has caught your attention the most so far? Leave your answer below. I love reading every comment and knowing what you guys are thinking. Career number 3, mergers and acquisitions specialist for emerging markets. The third opportunity specializes in mergers and acquisitions for emerging markets. And this may be the most exciting of them all. These professionals easily earn more than $300,000 in base salary, with bonuses that can double or even triple that amount in good years. What exactly do these specialists do? They help American companies buy, sell, or merge with businesses in developing countries. We are talking about markets in Latin America, Southeast Asia, Africa, Eastern Europe, and the Middle East markets, where there is explosive growth and huge opportunities, but also significant complexity. Why does it pay so well? Because these deals involve hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars. A U.S. company looking to expand into Brazil needs someone who understands not only finance, but also Brazilian business culture, local laws, regulatory environment, political risks, and market nuances. One mistake can cost fortunes. A well-structured deal can generate extraordinary returns. Here's the secret few know. You don't have to work on Wall Street to get into this field. Yes, large investment banks have international mergers and acquisitions divisions. But there are hundreds of specialized consulting boutiques, regional private equity firms, and even medium-sized companies with international business development divisions that need these professionals. What really makes you valuable in this area is expert knowledge. If you speak Spanish fluently and deeply understand the Mexican market, that's gold. If you have connections in India and understand the Indian technology sector, American companies will pay handsomely for that knowledge. If you've worked in an emerging country and built a network there, you have a valuable asset. The typical path involves training in finance, business, administration, or economics, often with an MBA, but the differentiation comes from real international experience. Perhaps you have worked abroad or have a family background in another country or have studied a specific region. Deeply combine this with solid analytical skills and trading ability, and you have a powerful combination. The most exciting part of this career: you travel the world regularly, negotiates deals in Singapore, Dubai, Sao Paulo, Mexico City. You are at the forefront of globalization, connecting opportunities across markets. It is a professional life that few experience, and demand is growing. American companies look for growth where they can find it. And increasingly, that means emerging markets. The middle class is expanding rapidly in dozens of countries. American companies want access to these consumers, and they need experts to make that possible. Career number 4, specialized commercial drone pilot. The fourth opportunity will really surprise you. Expert commercial drone pilot. We're not talking about flying drones in the park as a hobby. We are talking about professionals operating sophisticated unmanned aircraft for industrial applications. The best in this field earn from $200,000 to $20,000 to $350,000 a year. Wait, can flying drones pay that much? Absolutely. And let me explain why energy companies have to inspect thousands of miles of transmission lines. Traditionally, this required manned helicopters costing thousands of dollars an hour and putting pilots at risk. A drone can do the same job for a fraction of the cost and zero risk to human lives. Offshore oil platforms need regular inspections. Sending teams of industrial climbers is expensive and dangerous. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras and thermal sensors can inspect every inch of a platform in hours, not days. Oil companies pay very well for pilots who can operate these drones in challenging conditions over the ocean. Precision agriculture is revolutionizing farming. Drones with multispectral sensors can map entire farms, pinpointing exactly which areas need the most water, fertilizer, or attention. A farmer can save hundreds of thousands of dollars on inputs by using this information. Pilots specializing in agriculture are highly sought after. Construction and civil engineering use drones for topographic mapping, monitoring construction progress, and inspecting structures such as bridges and dams. What used to take weeks with surveying teams now takes hours with a drone and the right pilot. We're halfway through this revealing video, and if you haven't signed up for the Salary Uncovered channel yet, what are you waiting for? Click the sign up button now. Every week, we bring you valuable information about careers and salaries that can change your life. Don't miss the upcoming videos. Sign up now and activate Tinkerbell to receive notifications. Back to drone pilots. Basic FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. Commercial certification can be obtained in a matter of weeks with dedicated study. You need to pass a knowledge test and fulfill some basic requirements that opens the door. But the big salaries come from specializations. A pilot who specializes in thermographic inspections of solar panels needs to understand not only drone flight, but also how to interpret thermal images to identify defective panels. A pilot working in emergency medical deliveries needs additional certifications and ability to fly in challenging conditions. The key is to choose a high-demand niche and become exceptionally good at it. Generic riders can earn $50,000 or $60,000. Specialists with rare and valuable skills command those six-figure salaries. The difference lies in their unique skill set and willingness to work in complex industrial applications. The commercial drone industry is just getting started. Drone deliveries, which are experimental today, will become commonplace in the coming years. In-vitro inspections using drones will become regulatory standard. The demand for qualified pilots will increase dramatically. Career number 5, data privacy compliance consultant. The fifth and final opportunity we're going to reveal today is data privacy compliance advisor. These professionals earn between $260,000 to $400,000 annually, and demand is exploding. Why does this career exist, and why does it pay so much? Think about how much personal information companies collect about you. Your purchase history, your location, your browsing habits, your financial information, even your health data. All this is stored in databases of companies. Governments across the country and federally are creating strict laws on how companies can collect, store, and use this information. California has the CCPA, California Consumer Privacy Act. Other states are following suit with their own laws, and federal regulations are being developed. Companies that violate these laws face fines of millions or even billions of dollars. In addition, data breaches and leaks of personal information destroy reputations and lead to devastating lawsuits. Do you remember the Equifax scandal or the massive data breaches at major retailers? Data privacy compliance consultants are the professionals who make sure companies don't make these catastrophic mistakes. They audit how data is collected. They review privacy policies, train employees on proper practices, implement security systems. They ensure compliance with multiple regulations simultaneously. Every major data breach you see in the news creates more demand for these professionals. Companies are learning the hard way that data privacy is not optional. It is a critical business need, and they need experts to navigate this complex and ever-changing field. What makes this career particularly accessible is that you don't necessarily have to be a top-notch technologist. Yes, understanding technology helps, but many successful consultants come from backgrounds in law, compliance auditing, or even business administration. The typical path involves obtaining specific certifications in data privacy, credentials such as CIPP PETHA Information Privacy Professional or CIPM Method Information Privacy Manager are highly valued. You study the relevant laws, learn privacy frameworks, and demonstrate competence through these exams. Then, you look for positions in specialized consultancies, compliance departments of large companies, or even law firms that deal with privacy issues. With a few years of experience, you can become an independent consultant serving multiple clients and commanding hourly rates of $300 to $500 or more. The most exciting part of this career. She is literally future-proof. The more digital the world becomes, the more data is collected, and the greater the need for privacy. Professionals, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, connected cars, smart medical devices. All this generates more personal data that needs to be protected. In addition, regulations are getting stricter, not softer. The trend is clear data. Privacy will be a critical concern for businesses for decades to come. Professionals who master this field will have career security and exceptional compensation. Leave a comment now telling me which of these 5 careers piqued your interest the most. Are you thinking about making a career transition, or maybe you already work in one of these areas? Share your experience in the comments. Let's create a valuable conversation here. What these careers have in common. Now that we've revealed these 5 extraordinary opportunities, let's look at what they have in common. Understanding these patterns will help you identify other similar opportunities on your own. First, all of these careers are in industries that are undergoing rapid transformation. Whether it's new technology, emerging regulations, or changing market needs, transformation creates demand for new skills. And when demand outstrips supply of skilled professionals, wages rise dramatically. Second, they all require unique combinations of skills that few people possess. A specialized drone pilot is not just someone who can fly a drone. It is someone who combines piloting skills with technical knowledge of a specific field, such as infrastructure inspection or precision agriculture. These intersections of skills are what create real value. Third, they all solve expensive problems for organizations. Optimizing an oil well generates millions in additional revenue. Preventing data breaches avoids multi-million-dollar fines. Keeping a data center running prevents catastrophic losses. When you solve multi-million-dollar problems, you can command 6-figure compensation. Fourth, none of these careers necessarily require decades of formal education or crushing student debt. Yes, education helps, but the path to these professions often involves specific certifications, hands-on experience, and smart specialization. You don't need a PhD from an Ivy League university. Fifth, they all have longevity. These are not passing fads. These are professions built on long-term trends. Digitization increasing, regulation, resource optimization, globalization. Choosing one of these careers is not betting on something that can disappear in 5 years. Why? So few people know about these opportunities. The natural question is, if these careers pay so well, why do so few people know about them? The answer reveals something important about how career opportunities are discovered, or more often undiscovered. The traditional education system prepares people for well-known and established careers. Teachers and vocational counselors recommend paths that they understand. Teacher, engineer, doctor, lawyer, accountant, not because these are the only or best options, but because they are familiar. Emerging careers do not appear in school vocational guides. There are no classes on becoming a data privacy compliance expert in high school. No one talks about oil well optimization at college career fairs. These professions arise in response to changes in the real world, and the education system takes years to keep up. In addition, there is an element of unintentional secrecy. Companies that hire for these positions often recruit through industry-specific networks, not through massive public announcements. They rely on referrals, specialized conferences, and niche recruiters. If you're not in those circles, you just don't see the opportunities. And there's another factor: the people who get these high-paying jobs often don't talk much about them. Not out of malice, but simply because casual conversations about work rarely go into specific details about salary or technical responsibilities. So knowledge remains within small circles of insiders. This creates a frustrating dynamic where the best opportunities are the least visible, but here's the good news. Once you know these opportunities exist, you can actively seek them out. Knowledge is literally power. In this case, the power to transform your career trajectory. How you can access these opportunities. Knowledge without action is useless. So let's talk about concrete steps you can take today, this week, this month, to position yourself for one of these or similar careers. First, choose an area that genuinely resonates with your current interests and skills. Don't just chase the money. You'll need genuine passion to overcome the challenges of the learning curve. If you like technology, data centers, or drones, can make sense. If you like financial analysis and different cultures, international mergers and acquisitions may be your way. Second, start researching deeply about this industry. Read specialized publications, follow industry leaders on LinkedIn, join online groups and forums where professionals discuss challenges and trends. Absorb knowledge like a sponge. You need to understand not only the technical basics, but also the nuances of the business. Third, identify the most valued certifications or qualifications in this field. For data privacy, it's credentials like CIPP for drone pilots. It is the commercial license, Part 107 of the Federal Aviation Administration for data centers. These are certifications such as CP. Investing time and money in these credentials is essential. They validate your knowledge and open doors. Fourth, start building your network in this industry even before you make the transition. Attended conferences, even if virtually. Comment on LinkedIn discussions intelligently and constructively. Reach out to people who work in the field for informational interviews. Most people like to help those who show genuine interest and initiative. Fifth, seek practical experience in any way possible. Maybe it's a freelance project. Maybe it's volunteer work applying your new skills. Perhaps it will be an entry position, even if it temporarily earns less. Practical experience is irreplaceable. It turns theoretical knowledge into real skills. Sixth, be patient but persistent. Career transitions rarely happen overnight. It can take 6 months, a year, or even longer to make the full transition. But every step you take brings you closer. Keep your current job while developing skills and connections in the new area. Minimize financial risk while maximizing preparedness. Seventh, be willing to start in entry positions if necessary. Yes, we are talking about careers that eventually pay $250,000 or more, but you probably won't start at that level. Most people spend a few years building experience and reputation before reaching those top salaries. Be prepared for this journey. Developing the right mindset. Technical skills are important, but mindset is even more critical. The people who are most successful in these high-paying careers share certain mental characteristics. They are eternal learners. They understand that in rapidly changing fields, learning never stops. The certification you get today may need updating in 3 years. The technology you have mastered can now be replaced. Successful professionals embrace this. They see continuous learning as an integral part of their careers, not as a burden. They are value-oriented problem solvers. They constantly ask themselves, how can I create more value? How can I solve bigger and more expensive problems? They understand that compensation is ultimately a function of the value you create. Do you want to win $250,000? Discover how to create million-dollar value. They are strategic about specialization. Instead of trying to be average generalists at everything, they identify specific niches where they can become exceptional. A drone pilot who is exceptional at high-voltage transmission line inspections earns much more than a competent generic pilot. Depth trumps breadth when it comes to compensation. They actively build reputation. They know that in specialized markets, your reputation is your most valuable asset. They consistently deliver exceptional work. They cultivate relationships. They become known as the person who solves a certain type of problem better than anyone else. They have the courage to take unconventional paths. They don't need the social validation of traditional titles or recognizable career paths. They are comfortable being the person at the alumni reunion who has a career that no one else fully understands, as long as the financial results are excellent. The role of technology and change. An important final note. Most of these high-paying careers exist at the intersection of technology, regulatory change, or industry transformation. This is no coincidence. It's a pattern you can use to identify future opportunities. Whenever a new technology emerges, from PLOCUG to artificial intelligence, there is a period where the demand for experts vastly outstrips the supply. The first to acquire these skills can command extraordinary salaries. Eventually, the market evens out, but there is a significant window of opportunity. Similarly, when new regulations are introduced, especially in complex areas, there is immediate demand for compliance experts. Data privacy is the current example. 5 years from now, it could be artificial intelligence, regulation, or something completely different. Professionals who position themselves early in these areas reap substantial rewards. Industry transformations, such as the energy transition or the digitalization of traditional sectors, create needs for totally new professional profiles. People who are able to connect traditional knowledge of an industry with new technological capabilities become incredibly valuable. The key is to develop sensitivity to these changes. Read about emerging trends. Question where there will be a need for new skills. Position yourself in front of the curve, not behind it. The greatest financial opportunities are always in areas of rapid transformation. Your action starts now. We have come to the end of this revelatory journey. You have discovered 5 extraordinary careers that pay more than $250,000 and that most Americans simply do not know about. Specialist in oil well optimization, data center operations manager, specialist in mergers and acquisitions for emerging markets, specialized commercial drone pilot, data privacy compliance consultant. Most importantly, you've learned the underlying patterns that make these careers so lucrative. Industry transformation, unique combinations of skills solving expensive problems, and demand that outstrips supply of talent. You've also been given a concrete action map. Choose an area, research deeply, get relevant certifications, build your network, seek hands-on experience, be patient but persistent, and develop the right mindset. The question now is simple. What are you going to do with this information? Are you going to let it be just another interesting video that you watched and forgot about? Or will you treat it as the catalyst to transform your career trajectory and your financial life? Knowledge without action is wasted. The opportunities we share today are real. They exist. Now, companies are hiring. Now, professionals are building these careers. Now, the only question is whether you will be one of them. Before you go, I need you to do something important first. Leave a comment right now telling you which of these careers interested you the most and why. Or SHARE if you have experience in any of these areas. I read all the comments and love to know what you are thinking. Second, if this video has added value to you, click the like button now. This helps YouTube's algorithm show this content to more people who can benefit from it exactly as you have benefited. Third, subscribe to the Salary Uncovered channel if you haven't already. Click on that red button and activate the Tinkerbell. Every week, we bring you valuable information about careers, salaries, and opportunities that can change lives. Don't miss the upcoming videos. Fourth, share this video with someone you really care about. It may be a friend who is dissatisfied with the current career, a family member who is looking for new opportunities, a colleague who deserves to earn more for the work they do. Valuable information needs to be shared. Remember, your career and your financial life do not have to follow the conventional script that society expects of you. There is a world of extraordinary possibilities for those prepared to discover and capture them. You just took the first step by watching this video. The next step is yours. Make it count. Thanks for watching. See you in the next Salary Uncovered video, where we'll continue to reveal opportunities that can transform your professional and financial life. Until then.